Hello again. It's your friendly neighborhood host, JT Wheatley, back for another edition of the History of Comics podcast. This time with another edition of the classics with Torso, the 1998 to 1999 miniseries by Brian Michael Bendis and Marc Andreyko, which is actually a retelling of the true story behind the Cleveland torso slayings, which took place in the 1930s, and was no less than Elliot Ness investigated a serial killer who left only the torsos of his victims behind, and Ness became convinced it was a particular suspect, but he was too politically connected to go after. This is a great realistic series. Brian Michael Bendis actually credits for launching his career, as apparently Joe Quesada saw his writing on that and offered him the job of Ultimate Spider-Man, which of course went on to become a giant success and launched his eventual career at Marvel and of course in DC and so forth. But it was much different with Ultimate Spider-Man. This is a very gritty, down-to-earth take on what is very, like I said, it's based on a true story, and it's fairly accurate because it is about the Elliot Ness, the former untouchable who helped take down the Al Capone in the Chicago Prohibition Wars. And this one, he's the Cleveland Safety Commissioner trying to clean up the city there, but he's once again falling into some political enemies, including the suspect he believes is the serial killer who has some political connections of his own that keeps him from being able to go after him. Plus, as I pointed out with the torso slayings, because it's just a torso of a body left over, there's no way to really track down who these victims even are. It's a truly gruesome story, and a realistic one doesn't take. As both Bendis and Andreyko's writing do a great job telling this gritty tale, but also Bendis as an artist, which some people get surprised to see he usually works as a writer nowadays, but he's a pretty good artist too. His storytelling is a little stiff, but it really works for this more realistic tale. It's a nice gritty feel to it. It's a black and white tale too. So yeah, you want to go back to Brian Michael Bendis and his earlier work, and also a little bit of Marc Andreyko too, because he did co-write the story. Go look no further than Torso, because that is a true classic.
Great things are coming on the Nerd Bliss podcast. We're changing up our presentation while keeping the candidness that you enjoy. We'll cover all your favorite shows and movies, with maybe a few surprises along the way. And you, yes you, will have opportunities to be on our show on a regular basis. That's right, you've got the Zoom Pro account, and we're going to use it. So be ready. Find us at nerdblisspodcast.com and esonetwork.com, and on all the socials at NerdBlissPod. Nerd Bliss. Listen up.
Now it is June 1st, 2023, time for the favorite comic of the week. Clobbering Time, number 3 by Steve Skorst, which once again finds Ben Grimm the Thing in another team-up. This time, he's just out, though, with his wife Alicia and meeting his Uncle Jake and Aunt Petunia, which I think might be the first time we've ever seen Aunt Petunia in a comic book. He talks about her all the time, but we finally meet her. Just trying to enjoy a nice family dinner when a crazy time traveler shows up and forces him to team up with Doctor Strange on another crazy adventure. This is, once again, Skorst just having fun with Ben Grimm. He's a great, though, like almost a working class hero. He just wants to have a nice dinner with his family, and of course, a dragon comes to a portal, and he has to team up with Doctor Strange to deal with it. He's like, can he just have a normal meal? And that's what makes Ben Grimm just a fun, appealing character. Is like, even though, he looks like a rock monster, he's just almost like a normal working class guy. It makes him a lot of fun. And his match by Skorst's art, which is wonderfully detailed, almost kind of creepy in the way he does, too. Like the way he depicts Grimm's body and the fact his rock skin is literally just skin, which is really creepy. It's like there's a point where you see it come off, and it's like, oh, that's kind of nasty. But it's also a lot of fun, too. And then, of course, it especially works great with Doctor Strange when he gets into the more magical realm. And Skorst has a kind of a weird style to his work, which works perfectly for that stuff. So if you're looking for a great comic book to read this week, Clobbering Time number 3 is definitely worth checking out. One not to check out, and I'm probably going to be ranting about this for a while, is Amazing Spider-Man number 26. So as you know, this is supposedly the big culmination of the events involving why Peter Parker and Mary Jane are broken up again. It's like with this stupid villain that no one likes. And on top of everything else, which this has been spoiled weeks ago already by Marvel itself, they decided to kill Miss Marvel in this book of all people. It's like, she has no relation to this. And they just kill her in this book. And it's not even, it's not even going to stick, because I know the joke is the deaths don't stick in comic books, but her character is about to star in a movie coming out in November in the MCU. And also she's played wonderfully by Kamala Khan. And by the way, I still love that original Marvel Limited series. I thought that was a lot of fun on Disney Plus. One of my favorites. And the actress who plays Kamala Khan is fantastic. I think she's going to be the scene stealer of the Marvel's movie. But back to the comic book. Why? This story is completely pointless. It goes nowhere. It's like this is an insult. It's once again, this is an insulting way to keep Peter Parker and Mary Jane apart. And I don't get where they're going with this. The only excuse I can come up with, I think Marvel is actively wanting to make their flagship comic book, Amazing Spider-Man, the worst one of the stands. That's the only excuse I can come up with, because it's so bad. It's just insulting. They were wasting such great talent. Zeb Wells, great writer. John Romita Jr., my all-time favorite penciler. And he actually does deliver some good art in this, but this story is just, it's bad taste. I mean, what are they? On top of this, let's kill the one Muslim female hero in Marvel. I don't know what's going on with Marvel. But yeah, avoid that comic book. Pick up Clobbering Time number 3. And of course, you want to go back and get an older classic, check out Torso by Brian Michael Bendis and Marc Andreyko, because that is a true classic.